Okay, so on the midterm exam, I did the worst on matter, which is kind of weird. You wouldn't expect matter of all things. But, so in this video, no clue how long it's going to be, I'll be explaining, uh, matter and what I missed, hopefully. And so what matter is it's any substance, a particle that has mass or takes up space or volume, if you want to say that. And there are two types of matter. One is pure substance and mixture. A pure substance is it's basically a substance that's made up of only one type of atom. And mixture is a combination of two or more atoms. And mixture is physically bonded, so it has nothing to do with chemicals. And so the basics, and everyone knows what the basic states of matter are. I mean, it's solid, liquid, gas. And solid, liquid, and gas, and and the molecular movement in this is like the solids, all the molecules are tight and compact. The liquid are compact, but like farther out, and the gas are they're roaming free and have a ton of space. And after the basic states of matter can all have changes. And what these changes are is, well, most of the physical changes. There's chemical changes, but there's physical changes, which are like melting, solidification, freezing, condensation, evaporation, sublimation, and deposition. And what melting is, it's like solid to liquid. It's self-explanatory. You melt ice into water, or you melt something into whatever. So, melting, solidification, condensation, evaporation, sublimation, and deposition. Put that in the corner. And so, and what solidification, you can go from liquid to solid, so it's freezing. Then condensation is gas to liquid, and evaporation is liquid to gas. Sublimation is solid to gas, so like dry ice. and deposition is gas to solid, so water vapor into ice. Then next part is they have a physical change diagram, which is a diagram of I can't really draw it on here, I don't have enough space. Then it's a diagram where it has it's a I guess a graph, and the bottom the x would be heat energy and the y would be temperature. And as it's going up, it would as it's going up, the temperature and the heat energy would go up. So like the very top of the graph would be gas, in the middle would be liquid, and the bottom would be solid. Then between each one of those, it's like it's explaining what each change you could have. Like as you're going up, it would be melting from solid to liquid, and vaporization to liquid to gas. Then back down would be condensation from gas to liquid, and freezing from liquid to solid. And as you're going up, it's called sublimation. As you're going down, it's deposition. Now it's on to physical properties, or like physical change. And the properties of a physical change are volume, odor, weight, conductivity, and phase changes. So the volume, it's pretty self-explanatory for volume. If you have a piece of paper, you crumble it up, you're changing the volume of how much space you could take up. Then odor, it's like something smells. Weight, how heavy an object is, whether it goes from 5 pounds, then it goes to 3 pounds after you do whatever you're doing. And conductivity is it's the energy or electricity passing through metal. So metal wires. Then phase changes, it's like it's like solid, liquid, gas, like we were just talking about, or be like ice to water or water to ice, that stuff. So you can change it back without using chemicals. Physical changes. So the volume, odor, weight, conductivity, and phase changes. So those are the physical changes. So if you were to do an experiment or a lab, if you were in school, and you would see any of these happen, it's more than likely physical change. And you could change it back. Like if I were to crumble a piece of paper, then crumble a piece of paper, then I could change the volume back to original by spreading it out or did whatever I did. Then same thing with like the phase changes. So I may go from water to ice. I can go from ice to water because by melting the ice. So you can change it back without. Oh, then the sixth one would be density. I completely forgot about that one. Density is the amount of mass per a unit of volume. So then, onto the chemical changes, which would be the last thing I'll be talking about. The chemical changes are, you can see a gas. You can see temperature change, or precipitate, which is a formation of a solid. Production of light, so that's pretty self-explanatory. And color change, which is the visible color changing, like rust. If you were to see something rust over time, you obviously won't see it rust right away because it takes a while to rust. But if you were to set something outside like metal, it'd be just, I think steel. If steel rusts, you pour water on it, then you wait over time for it to rust. It gets a difficult color change. So temperature change, precipitate, gas emissions, production of light, and color change. So that is all the stuff that I ended up missing on the midterm. I hope this explains what I did miss.